Hello everybody, my name is Cul Blu, bringing you guys random podcast number 33, and I was not going to admit this, but I'm going to go ahead and admit it because, I mean, you guys are going to figure out eventually. I am traveling back into the past, so I can go ahead and fill in a few gaps that I've left open. Long story short, random podcast number 32, which I did stream live for you guys, so that was my first time streaming live. That was posted in 2 parts, and I did keep it in 2 parts for quite a while in my playlist, but I decided to go back and fix it and just basically mesh those 2 videos together. So it basically, long story short, it left the gap because I decided to skip it, and you guys will figure out more details about that in the next random podcast. If you guys do continue on listening to this playlist, which I highly recommend you guys do, because all these random podcasts are brought to you randomly from me personally, Cul Blu. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. So anyway, long story short, you are going to see a few. You might see some heroes that weren't released as of yet when the game whenever those random podcasts came out. Namely, Tuskar. Tuskar is out now. Spoilers from the future, but you guys probably already know that. And yeah, that's really it. We're jumping to a capsule mode, so let me go ahead and speed things up. As far as the other thing I was going to mention was basically my overlay. I did change my overlay a little bit so you guys can see the gold, and that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and jump into this because we are in a capsule mode, so that means I have to say a few more things than I normally would whenever I'm just waiting for these guys to pick all their heroes. We see the band, as far as the bands go, commenting on those real quick. Actually, no, let me comment on the picks first. We see a Bat Rider pick, we see a Magnus pick for the dire side. They want to get those 2 big OP, pretty much OP heroes all around. Magnus really good in team fights, Bat Rider really good in laning phase. Moving on to the Radiant side, as far as their pickups, they picked up the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin, very solid support. He's really good, like his spike carry pace, ever since they changed it, he's been destroying, he's been the go-to pick or the go-to ban for as far as supports go. Rubik is really nice as far as stealing those big ultis from those team fight masters like Magnus and like Tidehunter and like Enigma. So he's always a decent support to pick up. He can also play mid if you guys if you really wanted to, and so can Magnus as well, or not Magnus, Nyx Assassin. Moving on to the Lifestealer pick. Lifestealer has been really popular as of late. Probably not in the area where this random podcast falls. Probably not in the other random podcasts, but as of late, as in like towards the random podcast number 40s, towards the random podcast number 35s and stuff like that. Lifestealer has been picked quite a bit, so he is a solid pickup. Some people like to combine him with Whiff. Some people like to combine him with anything. I mean, like, Lifestealer in general, if you can get enough farm on him, he becomes unstoppable because he gets himself a free BKB. So we'll probably see a ban on Shadow Demon by the Radiant side now, because Shadow Demon is really nice versus the Lifestealer. Anyway, moving on to the band, starting from the very top on the dire side, we see a TA band, we see a Dark Sea band, we see a Brewmaster band. TA is basically annoying to deal with. Bat Rider will be a nice counter to her, yes, but getting her out of pull, so you don't have to deal with her at all, is always a good option as well. Dark Seer's band, he's really powerful as far as team fights goes. Whenever he gets his vacuum wall up, that's pretty strong at almost all levels. So as always something to worry about, so they go ahead and ban that out. And the Brewmaster band, they basically don't want to give Radiant any sort of team fight, because Radiant right now don't have much team fight outside of Nyx Assassin, really. Lifesteal is more of a single target focus, and Rubik is really more, well, Rubik depends on what spell he steals, so it depends on what the dire give back to him. Continue on the Brewmaster. Oh, sorry, not the Brewmaster. Silencer was banned as well. Silencer is very annoying to deal with. He is finally released in capsule mode as of this recording, but he's still annoying to deal with. They don't want to face him at all. He pretty much hard counters Magnus because he's just Silencer. Magnus can only skewer. He can't skewer reverse polarity. He can't shockwave, skewer, reverse polarity, empower, ult, and skewer again. I don't know. Whatever Magnus does, he can't do his combinations. And he also Silencer also disrupts Bat Rider, which is actually pretty funny because there's a hero called Disruptor. Anyway, moving on to the last band, they banned out the Beastmaster. Beastmaster's Roar is really nice versus, well, it's really nice versus Lifesteal. I'm not too sure why they banned them. Maybe they see something I don't see, but anyway, moving on to the Radiance band. As far as the bands go, they banned out the Wisp Coddle. Basically banned out the Wisp because Wisp has been very popular as far as seeing a lot of play as of this recording. Once again, as of this recording. So Wisp has been really popular in pubs, especially in the American scene. Or sorry, not American scene. Well, yeah, technically American scene, EU scene. I don't know. I am in the American or North America, so I'm in the North American scene. So everything I see is from the North American perspective, but it's really in the EU scene because the North American scene is not really as huge as EU scene. Blah blah blah. More details on that later. Moving on to the next band, they banned out Coddle as well. Coddle Phantom Lancer lane has been very popular as of late, so they don't want that to happen at all. Coddle's just annoying to deal with to begin with. Luna's banned out as well. She's pretty annoying to deal with. I'm not too sure why exactly they banned Luna, because Luna's usually not that big of an issue. It's not as big of an issue as Lifesteal, at least. And when you have a Lifestealer, you probably don't have much room for a Luna, even though I have seen Lifestealer Lunas run in the past. They also banned out the Enigma, because basically Enigma gives the Dire more team fight, and oh guys, they can pick up a Phantom Lancer. Shadow Demon's the last ban as well. Shadow Demon, pretty much everything Shadow Demon does can go through Lifestealer's rage. So Shadow Demon's really good at stopping Lifestealer from killing people. He can throw a defensive disruption. He can throw his purge on top of Lifestealer. He can do all kind of things to just mess with Lifestealer's life. It's actually pretty funny. So they go and ban it out. Moving on to the picks. As far as the picks for Dire go, they did. Sorry, move on to Radiant's pick because they didn't pick first. They picked up Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain, very solid mid. So that means Rubik and Nyx Assassin are going to be playing those support roles. Although we could see a Queen of Pain's off lane, but that's not. Well, I have yet to see that work out. Let's basically put it that way. I have yet to see that work out.
Reserve time.
As far as winning your lane goes, as far as late game goes, it all depends on the situation. Moving on to the pick on side of the Dire side, they did pick up that Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer is very powerful as of this recording. Like I said, I am going back into the past a little bit to put this in its proper place. This is Random Podcast number 33, not necessarily Random Podcast number 50, which is the one I'm on right now. So, yeah, like I said, Phantom Lancer's been seeing a lot of play. He's pretty unstoppable once he gets his Diffusal Blade. Once he gets a Mantis style, you can't stop him. His agi gain is ridiculous, and so many things to talk about on him. If you match him with a Coddle, he becomes even more annoying, but the Radiant did ban that out very early. Speaking of which, the Radiant are taking quite a long time to pick out their last pick. What do they need right now? They need somebody for the Suicide lane. That's what I would think, because... Oh no, okay. Okay, so they're going to be playing Clinks in Suicide Lane, and we see Sand King as the last pickup on the side of the Dire. I'm more surprised at the Clinks pickup. So we're going to be seeing a tri-lane with the Lifestealer, Rubik, and Nyx Assassin. We see Clinks in the off lane and Queen of Pain in the mid for the Radiant side. Moving on to the Dire side, we see Batrider in the mid and Magnus. Yeah, Batrider in the mid, Magnus in the off lane, Disruptor, Phantom Lancer, Sand King in the tri-lane. So that's pretty much how the lanes are going to be matching up for them. Pretty predictable lanes, to be honest. But they could change things up. They could put Queen of Pain in the Suicide lane, put Clinks in the safe lane, and put Clinks mid, and then let Lifestealer go into jungle, and then let supports do whatever supports do. I don't really know what they're going to do. Actually, that last point I just made doesn't make sense because, I don't know. There's a few more options is basically the point I'm trying to get at on the Radiant side, mainly because they could potentially put the Rubik mid, they could potentially put the Queen of Pain mid, or they could put the Nyx Assassin mid, or they could put the Clinks mid. All four of those people are not necessarily solid mids, but they can be played mid if you do it right. But we're seeing Nyx Assassin go down bottom. Rubik and Clinks are also heading down bottom. Actually, the whole entire team's heading down bottom, so it's pretty standard stuff. And let me go ahead and switch my camera to free camera. There we go. Free camera mode is on, and let me go ahead and bring it last into the Denies. And we got pretty much standard stuff going on. Everybody's heading in the same direction. See if they can go invade the jungle. See if they can catch a Suicide solo lane off guard. And look, man, look at Batrider's outfit. That's pretty cool. Big bad bandana. Anyway, so yeah, I totally did call the lanes wrong, but let me go ahead and do introductions. Starting off with the Dire side, we see Burks 666 on that Batrider. Moving on to the Sand King, we see Zabby Voy on that Sand King. Moving on to his Magnus, we see Just in a nice little disappointed face on that Magnus. On this Disruptor who said, please report Magnus. We see TLP.Lexxix or TLP.Lexxix on that Disruptor. And last but not least, on this OP as crap Phantom Lancer, we see Kappa-Toxic or Kappa-Tox3, Kappa-Toxy. I don't know. I really don't know how you pronounce that. On that Phantom Lancer. Moving on to his top lane, we see aggressive tri-lane. Pretty cool. We see a Rubik, Nyx Assassin, and a Lifestealer. Cool. We see Suicide on that Rubik. We see some lag on my part. Hopefully that does clear up. On this Nyx Assassin, we see none other than Simon on that Rubik. And man, this lag is really killing me right now. Who do we see on his Lifestealer? We see LOL Queen of Pain, LOL QOP on that Lifestealer. Moving on to the mid, we see actually a Queen of Pain. Cool. We see Shredder on that Queen of Pain, and last but not least, for the Radiant side, that is, we see Albedarin on that Clinks. And he's already out quite a bit of mana, so he's already had to use his invisibility by the looks of it, because his invisibility costs 75 mana. That's a lot of mana he's lost. Maybe he used it twice. I don't really know. But man, this lag is really making things bad to look at. You guys are looking at a slideshow, and I'm looking at a slideshow as well. That's not enjoyable at all. Hopefully it does not persist, because if it does, then I have to leave and then figure out what's up on my network and then re-record. And that would make me sad. But anywho, at any rate, as far as the lane matchups go, we see, like I said, we see aggressive tri-lane up here. We see a Rubik's Nyx Assassin Lifestealer versus a dual lane Phantom Assassin Phantom Assassin, Phantom Lancer, Disruptor. So what the Radiant are trying to do is they're trying to shut down the Phantom Lancer as hard as possible. These guys are already going to go ahead and go in for a kill. The Sentry Ward placed up here to make sure Phantom Lancer can't run away. Phantom Lancer will be going down. No, one more auto attack is all they need. Another Sentry Ward placed just to make sure they get this kill. Lifesteal will be able to get the last hit on top of this, by the looks of it. No, Phantom Lancer is still juking. Never mind. Nyx Assassin decides to get it, and there's a first blood thrown. But Phantom Lancer did bait out 2 entire Sentry Wards. So he basically made the gold loss not as heavy as it could have been. Excuse me. Just to put that in perspective, basically, if Phantom Lancer would have not forced him to put down the yellow Sentry Ward, then the Radiant would have only lost 100 gold for that kill. But instead, they lost 200 gold for that kill. So giving them a net gain of only 200 gold. Because Sentry Wars cost 200 gold and 1 Sentry Ward costs 100 gold. You do the math, it counts up to that. And they had to use 2 Sentry Wars essentially to get the kills. There's so many stacks of sticky napalm thrown on top of Clinkz. Speaking of which, I need to introduce mid lane. As far as mid lane goes, we got Queen of Pain versus a Magnus. Not too much to see there. And down this bottom lane, like I said, we see Clinkz taking quite a bit of damage. He does have some nice regen on top of him. And he's going against a Bat Rider. I need to bring up my settings real fast. Make sure everything's good. Game, interface. Yep, everything's good. Okay, cool. So we're all fine. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to bring it up real fast to make sure you guys weren't seeing some super twitchy stuff, because I can't really tell from my point of view. But my Clinkz is actually trading pretty effectively versus Bat Rider, but I think Bat Rider is going to be winning out in this engagement because Clinkz does need his mana. He's using quite a bit of mana to try to do as much damage as possible as Bat Rider. Bat Rider is just trying to stack up as many sticky napalms as possible. There's Clinkz throwing out the skeleton walk. He's going to try to go in for a kill on top of Bat Rider, but he's so slow right now. Bat Rider throws out the Firefly so he can run away very safely. He has a courier bringing him something. Courier just brought him a bottle. He's going to go ahead and use up a few charges. Meanwhile, on top we see more aggression happen on the side. There's a Sentry Ward place up here, so the Radiant really want Phantom Lancer to walk past here. He's already taking quite a bit of damage. As you guys can see, he has like a million tangos right now. These were probably donated to him. No, these were not donated to him. But he did buy quite a bit of tangos because he knew this was going to be a tough lane. He's trying to build that Ring of Aquila by the looks of it, so that way he can just stay alive. But he does have the Ring of Protection, so he can make sure he doesn't take as much damage as he would otherwise versus his Life Stealer, because armor reduces your physical damage, the physical damage you take. But anywho, at any rate, Disruptor's doing his job pretty darn well. He's making sure he de-wards everything that comes around the corner. Rubik has himself a Sentry Ward. Disruptor has Sentry Wards. I think it might have been a Zerg Ward placed up here earlier. But you can't really see it right now. Nyx Assassin is waiting around the backside trying to get ready for a Impale. But Phantom is quite hit up, and Clinkz is taking quite a bit of damage. Clinkz does go down to the Bat Rider. Bat Rider just flame breaks him to death. And yeah, so Bat Rider is definitely winning his lane so far. Clinkz is in the safe lane, so Clinkz should be getting all the free farm with air quotes. But Bat Rider is just able to harass the crap out of him with those sticky napalms because Clinkz is really, really fragile. Excuse me. So we see a Nyx Assassin stuck inside a wall. He gets a Thunderstrike, I think. He gets a Thunderstrike thrown on top of his head, so he's going to take a little bit of damage, but he's going to go ahead and back away while he can. Disruptor pops himself a Clarity Potion so he can get his mana back up while he's waiting for the next engagement to happen. And who's this in the jungle? This is Sand King walking on the backside. So this is technically a tri-lane. Sorry guys, I totally missed that. This is a tri-lane versus tri-lane. Sand King's in the tri-lane, but he's roaming a little bit more. He's probably heading out in the jungle, just farming up the small creep wave, or actually stacking these up. So that is a double stack of Harpies. He's going to go ahead and pull it so they can do a double pull as well. As far as the mid lane goes, Queen of Pain's trading with Magnus just back and forth. I don't think I've seen anything significant happen between these two. Their last hits are relatively... Oh no, Magnus is destroying Queen of Pain. Never mind. So Magnus is at the top of that lead. So Magnus is harassing the crap out of her. What does Queen of Pain have? Queen of Pain doesn't have any regen. She is bottle crowing. And that's really all the source of her regen, so she's taking quite a bit of damage. But she did start with the 1 set of Tangos and 3 Iron Brains, which I highly recommend, you guys. Please do that whenever you're rushing for a bottle. Just do that. Magnus goes out reverse play. He's gonna go for a quick kill on top of Queen of Pain. She goes down pretty fast. She goes down faster than, of course, Kuka's ship. Excuse me. And Nyx Assassin trying to chase the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer is going to go ahead and bait out a little bit. Nyx Assassin is going to keep running while he can. Steven collecting himself a little bit of experience. Now he's going to take quite a bit of damage to run away from this. He throws out an Impale on the backside. There's a glimpse thrown out by Disruptor, and Nyx Assassin is in quite a bit of trouble. Stun thrown out by Sand King. The stun thrown out by Rubik to stun the Sand King. Doesn't matter. Nyx Assassin does still go down. Support on support wars. Nyx Assassin does lose out on that because Disruptor's glimpse is OP on him. Phantom with a very nice bait. Queen of Pain does blink away into the trees because she took quite a bit of HP loss, or quite a big loss on HP. And we got a nice little flying turtle over here. Sweet. So we got the bottle again, box of Queen of Pain. We got 3 clarity potions on 2 clarity potions going to somebody. I don't really know who. Lifesteal's trying to see if he can find himself a Sand King. There's a wall thrown out by Disruptors. Lifesteal's gonna wait here, just hide in the corner. Stay in his nice little playpen and just be nice. Just think about what he's done, because he's not been playing nice with his friends. So they're teaching him a lesson and all stuff. Queen Pain finds herself a haste room, pretty cool for her. And let me go and take a quick look at the items as far as everything goes. We see nothing too special yet. We see Magus' arcane boots mainly because he's pretty much dominating his lane. He got a kill on Queen Pain. He's doing really good as far as lights go. There's a phase boots up on. Oh guys, we will see a kill happen on Magus. Magus does skewer the Queen Pain in the wrong direction. Queen Pain can't turn on an ulti, but no, she's out of mana. If only she had mana for Scream, she would be getting that kill right now. But yeah, we see the supports from the Radiant side around, or we see Rubik, never mind. One of the supports from the Radiant side just hanging around here. Nick Assassin did rotate mid to try to go for the kill on top of Magus, but they were not able to get that. Magus just skewering Queen Pain away, making sure she doesn't do any more damage to him. If she had not gotten skewered though, Magus would definitely went down, so that was either very badly placed blink on Queen Pain's part or very well timed skewer on Magus' part. Depends on your perspective of the whole situation. And we see the support on support wars once again. Nick Assassin waiting around the corner, and there's a Sand King as well. And these guys will be. There's an impale, beautiful impale coming from Nick Assassin. Open moves on top of Disrupt. Disrupt's been quite a bit of trouble. Stun thrown from Sand King on top of Rubik. Rubik's taking quite a bit of damage, but he will be going down. But it doesn't matter. The supports from the Dire are going down. Lifesteal's trying to get that quick kill on top of Sand King. Slow thrown out from what's his name, Phantom on top of the Nick Assassin, but Nick Assassin does stay alive. But it's basically the carries trying to focus down the support, trying to get as many kills with them as possible. We got Magus coming up here. Magus does have his ulti. He will be able to catch himself a lifesteal if he does. No, telekinesis from Rubik thrown, and Magus will probably still be throwing his ulti just to see. No, oh my gosh, Magus is in the worst possible spot. He throws on a reverse polarity anyway. He's able to skewer away, and Nick Assassin's caught on top of a wall. He can't really do anything. Open moves from thrown on top of Magus from lifesteal. Lifesteal is draining all the HP. Glimpse from Disruptor, thrown on top of Nick Assassin. Nick Assassin will be going on to the Phantom Lancer. Meanwhile, we're on the back, so we see Queen Pain able to pick up that kill on top of Magus, and now Queen Pain's here. She's ready for blood, but no, she's out of mana. She can't go for blood. She wants blood, but she doesn't have money for it. And that pretty much ended that engagement. Pretty hectic engagement nonetheless. Definitely did go in favor of the Radiant ultimately because they didn't lose anybody, but really, I think a lot of resources. Well, actually, no, I take it back. A lot of resources were, yeah, that fight definitely went in favor of the Radiant, mainly because a lot of resources from the Dire were used trying to get that kill. Yeah, sure, a glimpse and a wall aren't really that big of a resource to use when you're trying to get a kill. That's pretty much what you expect to use when you're trying to get a kill. But they did use Magus reverse polarity in order to try to get a kill, and that did not help out at all. I mean, it just basically pulled lifesteal away from these guys and just delayed the death a little bit longer. Queen Pain finds herself a region room. She's gonna go ahead and farm up something. Maybe she's gonna go for a kill down. Excuse me, kill on top of Batrider. Batrider is looking pretty killable right now. Queen Pain's just jumping and throwing a scream, especially since now he's out of mana for his lasso. He doesn't have any bottle charges. There are 2 sentries, and Queen Pain's gonna conveniently walk right on by, and Batrider is able to see both of those, or see her walk by both of those. So he's gonna go ahead and run away while he can. Queen Pain's gonna do what she can, but no, she's not gonna get there fast enough. The sentry ward is very well placed by the Batrider. Batrider is gonna hang out in the water, and he's probably gonna TP away while he can. He can TP away if he really wants to. He has a TP scroll, but he doesn't have mana for it. Queen Pain throws out a Screaming Pain, and she can't go for the kills on Batrider. Batrider is just barely off screen. There goes Batrider going down. So Queen Pain having to fight for that. She did pop that region room so she can get as much mana as possible. And this Batrider saying, man. Open moves thrown on top of Magus. Magus is in a little bit of trouble. Lifesteal is going to be doing as much damage as possible. He does have those face moves, so he can't run through his allies if he has to in order to get to him. Phantom is trying to kill his supports on the backside. And there's, whoa, who went down? Rubik went down, and there's Lifesteal about to go down. Lifesteal jumps in and out of his ally, but it doesn't do nearly enough damage. Reverse play to come from Magus. There's Lifesteal loses life, but Queen Pain comes from the middle of nowhere, gets killed on top of Magus, but she'll be losing her life in response. Triple kill up on Phantom Lancer. Not the thing you want to happen at all. Phantom Lancer can buy pretty much anything he wants to right now. As you guys can see, he has 1,600 gold in his bank account right now. He can buy whatever he wants right now. And that fight did certainly escalate or spiral out of control for the Radiant. I honestly thought the Radiant were going to be winning that fight. But no, reverse polarity from Magus coming in just in time. And Queen Pain coming from middle of nowhere, able to pick out the Magus, yes, but it wasn't enough. Lasso on top of Batrider. He's going to pull Clinks into the fire. Clinks is going to be taking quite a bit of fire damage, and he's going to be trying to run away. The dust will not run out soon enough, and he goes down to the Batrider solo. Batrider's being as annoying as possible. Showing you guys why Batrider's annoying, and dust lasts for, I wonder how long dust lasts. It lasts for 12 seconds, Jesus. Dust lasts for 12 seconds, so that means Clinks pretty much had nothing to do. He couldn't really run away. So Sentry was placed all over the place, or sorry, Ward's placed all over the place for the Radiant side, all up on this top lane. These guys want to find everything. We got Nyx Assassin coming in on top of the Batrider. Batrider's in a little bit of trouble. There's a mana burn thrown off for Nyx, trying to make sure Batrider stays down. Batrider does have a bottle, so he can't use that if it has to. Queen Pain whiffing the Screaming Pain because Batrider threw out the very beautiful Flame Break. And he'll be smiling as he runs away. Meanwhile, we see Sankey coming around top corner. Will they find themselves a Rubik? Yes, they will find themselves a Rubik. Rubik will be going out. Open wounds thrown. No open wounds just said. Nick's assassin trying to get away. Or sorry, Nike's trying to get away while he can. Sankey trying to body block the best of his abilities, and there will be a glimpse on top of Nick's as soon as he can. Open wounds thrown on top of Disruptor. Nike's will be going down. No creeps for him to jump into. If only he had a creep to jump into, he would definitely be jumping into them right now. And then jumping right back out. But no. Oh my gosh, look at this huge stack of, oh my Jesus. So the supports were definitely stacking up stuff for Bat Red to get a lot of farm. Raiding structures are fortified. Somebody's tower was under attack. The lady is going crazy in this game. Apparently everything is dying. That is the moral of the story, guys. Sorry guys, spoiler alert, everybody dies. No, I'm joking. No, Lexxix goes ahead and TPs up top while he can, and I'm going to go and take a quick look at the items before anything too big happens, because I haven't looked at those at all. Or actually, I have looked at those, but nothing interesting is going on so far. Starting from the top, moving way down, we see Nick's assassin has himself boots, and he also has himself a Sage's Mask. I don't know what he's going to be building with that. Orchid's coming up on Clink sooner or later. He has himself 2 Sage's Mask so he can get his mana regeneration up, so he can do at least a little bit of damage, because his flaming arrows do cost quite a bit of mana. 15 mana for 50 extra damage. And that's not ideal when you don't have all that much mana regeneration. Oh, sorry, 8 mana, my fault. 8 mana for 50 damage. I had the damage right. Moving on to Rubik. Rubik is playing supportive role, so we don't expect to see much on top of him. And he doesn't have much. He has Sentry Wards and 3 Iron Branches. And oh my god, somebody's about to get cut out. Somebody's walking up the hill, and they don't want to go up this hill. Queen Pain's going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Reverse Palladium from Magus used just to make sure they get the kill. And she goes down. I really think that was a little bit overkill on the Reverse Palladium. Disruptor did have his glimpse, so if Queen of Pain was in vision range of him, then he would have been able to glimpse her back anyway, but Reverse Palladium definitely used just to make sure they secure that kill. Why not? Its cooldown is only 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So Bat Red, oh man, Bat Red getting killed on top of Clinks, and this bottom lane did not work out the way these guys intended. Bat Red just being as annoying as possible. Bat Red has himself blinked out. A big fight happening on top. Sanking initiates with the stun. Nick's assassin throws out the spike carapace, and there's a lot of stuns being thrown on top of everybody. Beautiful impale from the Nick's assassin, but I don't think it really solved anything. Knight's just trying to do as much as he can to kill the Sanking, but Sanking is just running away, juking left and right, and Lifestealer will have to jump aside his own creeps. He jumps right out so he can make sure he doesn't die. Queen of Pain blinks or comes in. She gets glimpsed right back to where she came from. She gets glimpsed right back to home, and Nick's assassin, or Knights, is trying to go in for a kill on Phantoms before he goes invisible. He gets the kill. Nick's assassin is also here up as well. Epicenter activated from Sanking. Sanking does stun himself on top of the Knights, and there's a damage reflected as well. And Knights goes down, but so does Sanking. So Light's still able to get the kill. Telekinesis from Rubik saving his teammate's life. Magus, all he wants to do is throw down at least just one shockwave, hit the Lifesteal. Lifesteal not able to time that right, and he throws on an open wounds on top of the Magus, and Magus is able to just skewer away while he can. Magus also has himself a level 1 charge, so he can't pop those if he really needs to. But Bat Red, the story of this game really is going to be the Bat Red. Whenever Bat Red comes out of his lane and just starts killing everything, it's pretty much when we'll see things end. I think he's trying to build himself a 4-staff. I don't really know. He has a... Nope. He has himself a Blink Dagger. He also has Tranquil Boots, so he's moving pretty darn fast. He's in that mode to start ganking and killing everything. But the 4-staff will definitely make things better. He's bought himself a dust so he can turn around and kill the Clink. He does have himself a regen rune. Clink's trying to harass the crap out of him out of lane, but it's not enough. Barrett has that regen rune. He doesn't care. He can do all the harassment he wants. Clinks is not going to get rid of him, and now Barrett is going to go in on top of Clinks. Clinks is in quite a bit of trouble. Dust will be popped. There's a dust pop, and there's a lasso from the Barrett, and Clinks is in quite a bit of trouble. Clinks will be going down nonetheless. And so Barrett is pretty much sitting pretty right now. He has 5 kills and 1 death, and he also had support in the form of Sanking coming down to the bottom. To help him out. So really, Radiant are playing on the back foot. If you guys haven't really noticed by now, particularly the goal graph, you can see it is in favor of the die. That's basically farm and hero kills. No towers have gone down yet. Wow, this is ridiculous. Okay, mid tower. So 1 tower has gone down mid. So that's basically 3,000 gold, about 3,000 goals worth of kills and last hits. So the Dire are definitely in a more favorable position. As far as the XP goes, the XP is not all that. It's not as dramatic as the gold graph is, mainly because you get a little bit more XP for hero kills. And as I always say about the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer along the game goes on, the closer and closer that converts to 0. But it's still a good indicator to see where everybody's at right now. You see the Dire is in the lead by a little bit. But I think everybody is finally level 6. Nick's assassin does activate his ulti. Lightsteal is trying to do as much damage to the tower as possible. He gets stunned up by a Sand King. He'll probably get a chain stun right after it. Nyx is just waiting. Oh my god, Sentry Ward placed. No, Sentry Ward placed by the Radiant. Bat Rider's in quite a bit of trouble. Bat Rider will be going out soon. There's Nyx Assassin throwing out the spike carapace, and Bat Rider throws out the fire. He stuns himself up. Rubik goes down around the backside. We see Nyx Assassin going out soon. Nyx Assassin does go down. Lifestealer did jump in and out of his creep, and does Bat Rider blinking back in. Bat Rider does go down to Queen of Pain for his insolence, and Lifestealer trying to do as much as he can. He turns around, throws on the Rage, throws it on top of Sand King. Sand King, they do have vision of him, so there's Sand King going down. Rage on top of Lifestealer. Lifestealer trying to do as much as he can. He's trying to see if he can find the right Phantom Lancer, but he can't find the right one. How many of you do I have to kill? And if Phantom just walks right back, okay, there we go. Phantom just walked right back into vision range. This open is thrown on top of Phantom. Phantom's in quite a bit of trouble. Lifesteal's in quite a bit of trouble as well. Lifesteal activates the Rage. He will be able to get the kills on Phantom, but he can't. There's no way for him to get out of here. Rubik does come in. Telekinesis. There's a skewer coming from Magus. Magus once he gets kills off Lifesteal, he gets a kill with a tip of that shockwave. And now Nyx Assassin is going to be shooting away while he can. Rubik steals the shockwave. I think he stole shockwave. Maybe he stole skewer. No, he stole shockwave. He probably will prefer skewer. Clinks is finally up here. Magus does have a blink dagger. These guys are going to go for a kill on top of Magus. Nothing he can really do. They'll kill Disruptor first, probably. Yeah, Disruptor goes to go down. Sand King's coming around the backside, trying to see if he can catch anybody. He catches himself a Nyx Assassin and a Rubik. And Nyx Assassin will be probably following up with the Impale. There's an Impale from the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin in quite a bit of trouble. He gets himself a tree and he's going to try to run away. Magus skewers somebody. No, he tries to skewer the... Whoa, was that Rubik? No, Clinks. He tries to skewer the Clinks into vision range, but he's not able to get that far fast enough. And so far, Magus is... These guys are definitely keeping a high octane. Clinks does pick himself up a Illusion Rune, and Magus is still chasing him. Magus wants to get that kill. Magus has reverse polarity. He just needs the mana for it. Queen of Pain comes on the backside and says, no, you're gonna die for your insolence. Magus is saying, oh man, I'm in trouble. He fakes reverse play. He throws reverse play on the backside, and there's Disruptor. Disruptor tried to deny the Magus, because Magus did have Shadow Strike in his back. And when you do have Shadow Strike on you, when you do have certain dots on you, you can deny your allies. So Lifesteal's going to go ahead and fight Sand King right on the tower. Sand King will be going down. Open moves, and there's the ulti coming from Lifesteal. Just make sure he does enough damage. Nyx Assassin does come in with the dust, so he can TP in, but he throws out an auto attack on top of a Phantom Lancer, losing the Phantom Lancer, getting closer and closer to that Diffusal Blade. And Queen of Pain does go down around the backside of that. Disruptor able to get the kill on top of that. So Disruptor getting revenge kills. I don't think Disruptor did go down. But anywho, at any rate, these guys are definitely wrapping up the action. As you guys can obviously see, I'm kind of out of breath half the time. We see a blink, instantly blink away from the Bat Rider. Bat Rider doesn't want to get caught up by these guys. That's what you can do if you're playing a hero who has a blink dagger. And you do TP in, you can shift Q your blink, so that way you'll blink as soon as it's possible. Phantom are trying to bait out the spike carapace. He does bait out the spike carapace, and there's Nyx Assassin turn around, throw out a beautiful Impale. It took him forever to turn around, but he did throw around nonetheless. And there's Lifestealer. Lifestealer's trying to bait the fight. There's Magazine to skewer on top of Rubik, probably not the one he wanted. There's a telekinesis from Rubik thrown on top of the illusion, but it doesn't really matter. Lifestealer does get hit with the ulti from Bat Rider. Bat Rider is stunned up by the beautiful Impale from Nyx Assassin. This fight will be breaking out spike carapace, stunning everybody. And this ulti from Sand King going in on top of Nyx Assassin. He's trying to keep him down. Meanwhile, Nyx is trying to go toe-to-toe with these guys, but there's not enough damage. Queen of Pain is coming from the middle of nowhere. She does not Screaming Pain, but no, this Lifestealer going down. Dust pop by the Bat Rider to make sure nobody can get away. And Queen of Pain will be going down in that fight. Disruptor comes around the backside as well. Sand King was able to finish off the Nyx Assassin in the backside. We see Clinks. Where's Clinks? Clinks is still pushing down the bottom tower. This is pretty much all they can really do. Clinks needs to push down that tier 2 tower as well. That basically be a fair trade. Basically losing all those kills, or losing all those heroes, but getting 2 towers is almost worth it. It'll almost even things out, just as long as you don't lose your 2 towers yourself. So yeah, these guys are definitely keeping it high octane. These guys are definitely making sure that there's no room for me to breathe. And speaking of which, I'm going to take a moment to look at the items so I can breathe for a bit. So we see Armlet finally up on Lifestealer. So Lifestealer was trying to Armlet toggle by the looks of it. It wasn't as successful as you probably would have hoped it would have been. But he was trying to Armlet toggle nonetheless. Well, okay, since I started from the bottom, might as well move my way up. Moving my way up, on the Radiant side, moving my way up. Like I said, Lifestealer has an armlet, he has a drum, so he's moving pretty fast. He has a phase boots. I have seen, I think, who was it? It was, Dindy. Dindy did this before as well, in a, well, future match, recent match, past match. I don't really know what I can call it, because like I said, I am traveling back into the past. Recording this cast. This is a cast from the past. I should coin that term. But anyway, he is building for basically a lot of movement speed, and then he builds himself an armlet. I've seen it recently. It was, I think it's the Starlighter 5, whatever it was. But anywho, Barrett's trying to chase himself a Clinks. Clinks is going to be juking away. There we go, Clinks is juking away. Clinks was dusted up. And that's pretty much the end of that aggression. Continue on. Queen of Pain trying to build herself. It looks to be a Scotty or a sheep. Oh, no, sorry, not a Scotty. A sheep stick, so she can go ahead and disrupt all those people, or just stop all those people from killing her. or stop all those people from disabling, Jesus, I get my words wrong. Disabling that lifestealer, make sure lifestealer can do as much damage as possible. Moving on, we see Rubik doesn't have much of anything. Clinks is getting closer and closer to that Orchid Malevolence. The sooner he has it, the better. Nyx's assassin is invisible by an invis room, so he can pop his invisibility, his vendetta if he really needs to get away. There is detection for the Radiant around here, around the Central Ward. I think Nyx's assassin does know about it. And if he doesn't, he will know about it soon. No, sorry, that's Radiant detection. Never mind. There's Magus duking out the ulti. Trying to see if he can find himself a Clinks. Clinks is waiting around the backside, trying to see if they can get close enough to the Magus. Magus is saying, hey, bro, back up. And now let's fight. We'll be breaking out soon. Queen of Pain does blink in. She throws out the Screaming Pain. She will be getting lassoed up by the Batrider. Batrider throws the lasso on top of her. Telekinesis from Rubik. Beautiful telekinesis. Rubik still's lasso. Oh my gosh, I never really seen that. Beautiful RP from the Magus thrown on top of 2. And Rubik will be able to lasso somebody, but I really don't know what it'll solve. He lassos the Sand King, but he's not able to move fast enough. So it's the saddest thing ever. Triple kill on top of Disruptor. Wow. So Disruptor was able to get a double kill with that Cloud, and that fight definitely did not go in favor of the Radiant. They needed Lifestealer there. Lifestealer was up top. He was farming. He needs to make sure he gets as much gold as possible. He also needs to make sure that he pushes his wave back, because his wave is pushing in towards him. Meanwhile, who's this around the backside? Clinks. I thought Clinks was here. Maybe he died, I don't really know. But Clinks does have his Orchid 11, so he can finally go in for kills on somebody. But the question is, who does he focus? Because there's a stun from Sand King. There's a glimpse from Disruptor. There's a lot of damage from Magus and Phantom. There's a TP in from somebody. TP in from Lifesteal. These guys are going to go in. Silence throw on top of Disruptor. Disruptor insta-gibbed. Oh my gosh, he died so freaking fast. Disruptor had no HP left, and he pretty much went down. Magus is getting chased by these guys, and Sand King's trying to body block as much as he can. Blinks away. Blinks from Magus, blinks from Sand King. These guys are able to make it out alive. Sand King does have a blink dagger. I didn't miss that, and these guys are trying to kill the Courier. Come on, one more shot. Yes, Courier does go down. More gold for these guys. 175 for everybody. That's pretty much a free tower. And Phantom does have an Empower on him. He's going to go ahead and farm up these Ancients on the enemy side, and he's going to do it while he can. Meanwhile, Clinks finds himself a Magus. He also finds himself a bunch of Sand Kings. And there's a Illusion Magus thrown around the corner. Clinks is scouting this out. These guys do know about this. And Lifesteal is going to say, screw that, I'm walking on up here while I can. Okay, Malevolence thrown on top of Sand King. Sand King's in all the trouble in the world. He's trying to TP out, but no, he's not going to be able to make it out alive.
Stolen right out from under.
There's Lifestealer getting the kill. So these guys are starting to be a little bit more effective. Now that Clinks has that Orchid Malevolence, it shows you how much disabled that, or how reliant, the Dire are on their supports. They need the Disruptor. They need the Sand King to be able to throw down the stuns and throw down their disables. Otherwise, they can't really do anything. Basically, with Sand King silence, that's pretty much all the stun that the Dire really have outside of Magus Reverse Polarity, outside of Lasso coming from Batrider. So. So Clinks having the Orchid Malevolence is definitely big for the Radiant side as far as the team fight goes, because basically Clinks can pretty much single out one single support. He can single out Sand King every single time and just make sure Sand King doesn't have a good time. All Sand King can do is just buy like a Manta style. No, don't ever do that, guys. If you're playing Sand King, please don't buy a Manta style unless you're just that far ahead. And you just give 0 cares. You don't really care. These guys are going to go for Roshan. There is no Central Ward just yet. Okay, there's a Central Ward in the river place over here. I think Nyx's assassin probably knows about this, but if he doesn't, he will know about it soon. Does pop by the Batrider, and now he's going to go ahead and back away while he can. Batrider just want to make sure he found him. Nyx's assassin Vendetta did run out, so that did kind of save his life. And Nyx's assassin wants to go check things out, but no, oh my god, Sand King, it's not Sand King. Clinks is going to be getting caught out in a bad way. He's taking quite a bit of damage, but he's not dead just yet. Jesus, how survivable are you? There you go, he finally goes down. It took quite a bit to kill him. Pretty much everybody just turned around and used everything on top of him. Disruptor used his Thunderclap. Everybody used everything except for the big ultis. These guys are going to be going in for a Nyx Bomb. Nope, they're not going to be going in for Nyx Bomb. I heard Lifesteal jumping in. Oh god, ew, a lot of blood. Never mind, Lifesteal just jumped in and out of creep. These guys are going to give them a free Roshan, let them have it. They're going to go. They're probably going to push mid and push out that tower before the Dire can respond. But as soon as the Dire come out of this, they will have to defend their tower. Phantom does have himself a Diffusal Blade, and while I have a little bit of time, let me go and take a quick look at the items. As far as the big items go, Clinks has an Orchid Malevolence, huge item for him to have. Armor up on Lifesteal, a huge item for him to have. Jim coming to Sand King. So Sand King will be pretty happy with that. We got a glimpse on top of who's out, a glimpse thrown on top of Queen of Pain. So Queen of Pain was put back near the tower, but it's not really anything. Phantom to fix himself up ages, and there's a Batrider with a lasso on top of Rubik. Rubik's in quite a bit of trouble. All he can do is steal a stun, but no, he can't steal a stun fast enough. He's too darn squishy. He dies way too fast.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Dire's bottom tower is under attack, so Dire needs to go ahead and push his back. Okay, never mind. The creeps are going to push it back for him. And yeah, continuing with the items, as far as the rest of the big items go, Blink Daggers for all on the dire side. Basically, Blink Dagger for Sand King, Blink Dagger for Magnus, Blink Dagger for Batrider, all the main Blink Dagger carriers. And like I said before, Disruptor Fan Lancer has himself a Diffusal Blade, which is huge for him to have. He's getting ready to build himself a heart so he can be a little bit more survivable. Honestly, I would prefer to see him build a Mantis style as opposed to building a heart, because a Mantis style will give him more stats for his illusions to do more damage. It also gives him that ability to just instantly make illusions whenever a fight breaks out. So we see a lot of Fan Lancer illusions just walking around here. The Radiant do not buy that. I think that these guys, okay, Nyx Assassin does see himself in Magnus. He's just going to go ahead and run up to his jungle. No, he's going to get caught by Batrider. Batrider's going to lasso him up to the higher ground. And then Nyx Assassin getting caught up by everything. All he can do is throw down Spike Carapace and pray that he survives long enough to do anything. His teammates, he's scouted out everything for his teammates. He did stay alive a little bit longer because of Spike Carapace, but it was not enough. And these guys are just de-warding everything. Just Sand King with that gem.
Dire's top tower
And Fan Lancer is just destroying this bottom tower. It's just being as annoying as possible with those freaking illusions. Sentry Ward placed down here by the Dire. They want to make sure they can see everything or even though they have a gem, they still place out Sentry Ward. Definitely well played by them. Cleeks is going to go ahead and tear down this top tower while he can. He already ate a creep. He's strifing that tower to death. And the tower's taking so much damage. It will be going down soon, but the high ground for the Radiant is being sieged right now. I'm taking a little bit lag. There we go. Lag gone. The high ground is being sieged. I think the Radiant, the Dire will definitely be winning out a little bit more in this team fight because Magus can give everybody a power to make them do that much more damage. So Batrider jumps in and lassos the Sand King, lassos the Nyx, and Nyx is in quite a bit of trouble. There's a ulti from Nyx Assassin used trying to get in here, but Sand King does have a gem, so they do know he's here. And there's someone's disabled on top of Batrider, but it doesn't matter. Beautiful reverse polarity into Epicenter. And there's a glimpse back in by the Cleeks. Cleeks in quite a bit of trouble. Cleeks will be going down. And that's pretty much the end of the team fight. These guys will be claiming this tower and this bottom side of ranks. GG's getting thrown out by the Nyx Assassin. GG, or well played, thrown back by the Batrider. And these guys pretty much don't feel that they can win everything.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom. So
the Radiant are going to go ahead and hide up into the base. Just do nothing. DC coming in from Lifesteal. Lifesteal doesn't want to stay here anymore. He doesn't want to waste his time. We will see a DC from Clinks. We'll probably see more DCs from the Radiant side. This game is pretty much over. Magus OP. Magnus Fan Lancer. That's more damage for Fan Lancer. Lasso thrown from Queen of Pain on top of Batrider. Rubik trying to see if he can get himself a lasso. No, he gets he gets Firefly instead. That's probably what he wanted. And Queen of Pain able to get a kill on top of Disruptor, and Rubik's just floating. That's actually pretty funny. That was hilarious. Anyway, so Rubik stole the Firefly as opposed to stealing the lasso. And now Maggie's still trying to run away. Queen of Pain is going to go ahead and run towards him. She's going to try to do as much damage as possible. A few more auto attacks should be able to get the kill, but no, Maggie's is able to blink away a little bit too far. And there's a Fan Lancer going down. Aegis is popped, but it doesn't really matter. Lifesteal is going to do as much damage as possible. Someone's controlling him. Just auto attacking him to death. Nobody's really microing him. And there's Lifesteal to do as much damage as possible. Batrider versus Rubik. So many Fireflies. And Lifesteal might be going down. Yes, Lifesteal will be going down. Double kill for the Fan Lancer.
In numbers, what did you have?
That's Queen of Pain going down as well. Pretty much a team wipe. And that's really it. We're just waiting for the last person in DC, which is Rubik. Waiting for the last Radiant to DC so that the throne will finally explode. Or just waiting for the Dire to finally push in and kill everything. Maybe Rubik would just have mad micro skills to just micro everything and then get the win. Or maybe he's trying to make his team get abandoned. Who really knows?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Taking a sip of my delicious water, by the way. Because water is good for the soul. There we go. Rubik stole something. Rubik stole the stun from Sand King. Oh no! Now he can jump in, stun in, and steal the ulti from Magnus. There's a first polarity coming up from Magnus, and a lot of stuff being thrown. Rubik will be going down as well as everybody else. Dear Jesus. So much damage coming from Sand King. Double kill for Sand King. Wicked sick for Fan Lancer. I think everybody else is still dead. So nobody can really come in. And GG getting thrown out by the Magnus. TP out from the planets. He wants to protect his towers, and these guys are just gonna pretty much wait. Okay, never mind. All the DCs are finally out. Everybody's disconnected. Rubik disconnected. Finally disappointed with what just happened. And yeah, well, pretty much just wait for the throne to explode, and then this will be Random Podcast number 33. Woohoo! That means I have all my numbers correct. Heck yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There we go. Throne does explode. Finally, the game's over. All right, my name is Cul Blu. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. I know I certainly did. I honestly thought the Radiant had a fighting chance towards the end, especially once Clinks got that Orc of Malevolence, but they did not have a chance at the. Or they that did not prove to be true at the very end of it. So hope you guys enjoyed the match, and I'll see you guys whenever. Also, wait, hold on, another thing. Also, if you guys really like my videos, please subscribe. Subscribers are always cool. That means whenever I post a video, you guys will get a notification for it. And also, I will stream occasionally. Not too sure what my schedule is going to be on that. But anyway, I'll see you guys whenever.